Hello everyone, Radio Magic here, back with a Kaladesh Remastered Draft. This is the first one we're doing, so no expectations. I can't even remember the card pool that well, but this is my first attempt at a Kaladesh Remastered Draft. Okay, so our rare is Kari Zev. I remember this in Standard being excellent. First Strike and Menace, pretty good. And when it attacks, you get to make a 2/1 monkey that's also attacking, and then you exile at the end of combat. That being said, Long Tusk Cub is also here. Really good energy theme. Rogue Refiner, excellent as well. Oh, I'm going to have to go through all of the cards. I'm not going to be able to talk about each card because there's so much happening. I think I'm just going to stick to the uncommons and that, since I think we have some pretty fine ones. I don't want to go to Rogue Refiner straight away, though it is a really good card because I don't want to commit to two colours. So I'm sort of bouncing between the Kari Zev and the Long Tusk Cub. So whenever it does combat damage, you get 2 energy, and then you get to pay 2. I think I'm just going to go Kari Zev here. Maybe this is a mistake. I think I prefer green. I think I'm going to go Long Tusk Cub. I want to do some energy-based shenanigans and see how we go from there. What do we have here? So, Key to the City. So we get to make something unblockable, and we can discard and draw. Blossoming Defense was really good in Standard when it was about. When it ETBs, you get an amount of energy equal to the greatest power, and then you can pay free energy, and target creature blocks this turn if able. That's okay. Okay, so had we have gone Kari Zev, we'd have had like nothing in this pack. But the fact we've gone Long Tusk Cub, we have the option of like Blossoming Defense, which is really good actually. This is quite good as well. So we have some okay cards. Prism is really good as well. Just going to cycle and fix your mana for some Fabricate synergies, though we're not really in the Fabricate style. We could be in Golgari, I guess. I think I'm happy just to stay on energy and just take the elf. I wonder if Blossoming Defense is the correct pick here, but I'm going to stay on theme of energy and see if we can get some maybe energy payoffs later on. Okay, so we have some options here. We have a board wipe, which kind of a board wipe. I'm not really that happy with it. I'm probably going to skip over that. Boundary Inspector is really good. Is green the synergy of artifacts? I don't think so. I don't think green's that big on artifacts. So Unbridled Growth is really good. Well, it's okay. Okay, so pretty good removal spell. I might just be leaning to take the removal spell. We could go in blue as well. Green, blue, green, white. Probably going to go in SELESNYA more so. Oh, it's so difficult to navigate. I don't know any of the cards really. I didn't really draft this set when it came around. I played it in Standard mainly. Maybe we just take the removal spell. Yeah, let's take a removal spell. I don't know if we're going to be in SELESNYA, but oh, is this any good? Okay, so Revolt, the mechanic of if a permanent left the battlefield, you get to trigger it. So we get a CMC 2 back. So we have our Long Tusk Cub so far. That being said, what else have we got in the pack? We've seen quite a lot of these come around already. It's okay, like, Crew 5 is, like, massive. Puzzlenaut's good if you're really high on energy. I think we're just taking the Renegade Rallier here. Aether Meltdown, really good combat trick. Gets you some energy as well. Pretty good counterspell. I think I like just taking the Rogue Refiner here. It's on theme with our SELESNYA deck if we're going to stick in SELESNYA. We'll see. We need some ways to trigger Revolt though. Oh. I said oh, and went straight to this card. I was mainly referring to these, but yeah, I was just looking because I don't know what this does. Okay, so put a counter on something. It's quite good. So this is going to allow us to get through a load of damage, and it's just more energy. I think I prefer it above Blossoming Defense. I could be making such a big mistake. If you keep an eye on the channel as time goes on, as more of these drafts come out, my decision around a lot of these cards will change. But this, like I said, this is my first attempt at the draft, so please don't get too angry. Okay, so a 2-mana 2/1 enters the battlefield. We get 3 energy. I wonder how much of the energy theme we actually want to be on. Maybe we want to go this instead. Just a Death Toucher. It's like a form of removal. And obviously we're going to be able to activate this. I think black seems to be open a little bit. Though this isn't very good, is it? Maybe we just take the 2-drop. So do we want Death Touch or do we want free energy? I think we want Death Touch. Energy is really cute and it's good, but we have quite a few energy things at the moment. Okay, so this was one of our packs from earlier. We've got nothing really in the pack that we'd want. So Fabricate, for people that don't know, in case you haven't played Kaladesh before, when it ETBs, you can either, if it's Fabricate 1, 2, equal to the number of Fabricate, you either get to put that many counters on the creature or create that many 1/1 servo tokens. The servo tokens are really good for the like improvise sort of mechanic, and there's various artifact synergies since it's an artifact deck. I think I'm just going to take the combat trick here. Okay, so we've seen all of these packs already. Let's just have a look at some of the cards so we can get familiar. This looks quite good. Attacks, untap another, so artifact or creature, so give pseudo vigilance to something. This is so expensive. Do we want to take the creature or do we want to take... Maybe we want to take the artifact. Or the vehicle even. We'll see how it fares. Yeah, I'm happy to take a flyer. This is going to work really well with our vehicle as well. We could bring it down, make a 1/1 token, and then we can use the flyer to crew. So if we have loads of artifact synergies, the Puzzle Knot's going to work out pretty well. And I think I'm inclined to lean there. Maybe Demolition Stomper's just secretly a really good card, but I think we're not gonna say so this time. So this is a card that looks okay to me as a really good blocker, and it's being an artifact. But the problem is it can't crew any of your vehicles. So in this, when it's put into the graveyard, you get to draw a card. I don't think there's anything here. I guess we'll take the Puzzle Knot. If we've got some artifact synergies later on, then we could potentially pick them up. Ooh, we got a Disallow. I don't think we're taking Disallow, but... Okay, so this is like removal until it leaves, which is okay. It forces our opponent to have an answer. Chief of the Foundry, so other artifacts. So we passed one of these up earlier. Depends how many artifacts we have. So we have 1, 2, potentially 3 if we make one from there. We can pick up more as well. This looks quite good as well. How often is it going to be able to attack, though? I think I'm leaning the Warden. I think it's Chief of the Foundry or Warden. Oh, this is difficult. Other artifacts. Considering we only have one artifact at the moment, I think I'm going to go Chief. That could have been a big mistake, though. Okay, so, like, Proliferate. Oh, it's only one, though. You only get to proliferate one thing. And this is a 2/3 Death Toucher if you trigger Revolt. Oh, Aether Poisoner. Oh, no, this is not the one I am referring to. The 2-drop that was outstanding. I think it has Menace. And when it attacks, you can pay 2 energy to draw a card. Being very good in Standard when it was about. Okay, so I'm not sure. Probably just going to be taking the 3-drop. I think it's better enough than the 1-drop. We get to give ourselves some more energy. Maybe put some +1/+1 counters on some things. We shall see. Okay, so we have an uncommon here. Oh, so this is the give a single creature +5/+5, or you can give all your creatures +2/+2. So the theme of Selesnya is you really want to go wide, but I don't know how good this is going to be. Or whenever you get one or more energy, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I mean, the whole deck is getting energy so far. Or a large proportion of it. Maybe we went off of the energy theme a little bit. But it can give itself energy. Like, if you're slow enough, you can pay 4 mana. This is really good as well. I have to take Fabrication Module here, don't I? It's just a win con in itself. You put a... We just get to build up our entire board. So I've been avoiding looking at so many of the colours that... I'm not looking too much at colours that we're not currently in. Again, maybe we want to diversify our threats a little bit, because I don't want to take a third one of these, really. This still has energy, but it's a way to spend it. But it's so unlikely that this is going to be able to attack safely, I reckon. I think it's good enough that we can take it here. Or 4 mana to destroy one of them. Okay, so nothing really in this pack. We might take Prism. We could sack Prison to pay, trigger Revolt, and then Rallier would get it back. And Prison's just a fine card. If we wanted to splash anything as well, we could play that. We're not sure if we're playing these yet. Yeah, we already have some combat tricks. I'm just going to take a Prison. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy. And then you can pay 4 to return a creature. That's quite good. Power 3 or greater. How relevant is that going to be in this format? I mean, a lot of our creatures have power 3. This is going to be quite a good finisher. I wonder if we just want to take the removal spell here. This is a removal spell as well. Yeah, I think we're just taking removal there. Oh, Servant of the Conduit was excellent in Standard. We do want more 2-drops as well, and it might be quite nice to get some ramp going. We're sort of lacking in the finisher department. We need some more finishers. So this can be a 6 mana, a 5 mana 6/6 with Trample, but I think we're going to take Servant. That feels better. Or how I would love to play a Winding Constrictor. I think it's just going to be Ally Evasion here. Trying to throw off combat a little bit. I'm going to have to try and push through some damage. I think I like... Do I prefer the Inspector? I think I prefer the Inspector. This is only till end of turn. This can make other tokens. I don't know. So I've seen this be rated quite highly. I think we just want the combat trick, though. How many Artificers do we have? Like, not many. So this came all the way around. I wonder if we take it anyway. We're kind of lacking in finishers, and if we end up having a lot of creatures, then this might be quite good. Prevent all combat damage that we dealt to players this turn, or a Death Toucher. Yeah, we'll take this. If we want to splash something, then this could be okay. Wow, so we almost have enough playables as it is before we even move on to pack 3. The fact this is an instant makes it quite playable. So we're not playing this. Refurbish was excellent in Standard, but I don't think very good at the moment. There doesn't seem to be anything in this pack really that we want. think we're just taking the Blossoming Defense here. Well, I don't know how good this is going to be, but we're doing the best we can, and we shall see. Yeah, we'll take a Blossoming Defense. It's probably the best card in the pack. For us, for our deck. Wow, we are striking out at the end here. I guess we have Removal Spell. This would be really good if we're in the right colors. This might be quite good, actually. Have we got a load of ETB stuff? We have a few ETB things. Is it better enough? I think we just take the Removal Spell just to be safe. We'd rather definitely have that, I think. Vehicles you control have flying, and this is a 4-mana 3/1 flyer. I mean, if our opponent can't answer it, then yeah, going to be quite good. But this is a 6-mana or a 5-mana 6/6 attacker with trample. Well, we only have one vehicle, don't we? We haven't seen that many vehicles. I think I'm going to take the uncommon. Just it's a bit cheaper. It's a flyer. Evasion, going to be able to get in there. Impeccable timing. So this can be a 4-mana 4/4 trample or 4-mana 3/3 with a servo token we're coming with it. I don't think I'm taking third Inspector. It's probably going to be Impeccable Timing or the creature. I think we can take Impeccable Timing. Yeah, let's. I'm wondering if we're going to be short on creatures because our creature count's a little bit low. I'm kind of glad we didn't take that Artificer earlier on. The one that pumps all artifacts by +1/+1 because we really don't have that many artifacts. But I think I'm going to take the dwarf now. We'll take the vehicle. I think since we picked up the other one, actually, we can play the vehicle. We have a lot of stuff that can crew this. And they're much more difficult to interact with. That being said, we have another vehicle coming up here. We have another vehicle, another Impeccable Timing. Maybe we just take the Impeccable Timing. I don't think we're playing this. Yeah, I don't think we need third vehicle. We definitely want to have a lot of creatures to go with them. I mentioned earlier that I thought this was good. So I can give something flying. This is going to be a way to get our Aether Inspectors in, actually, to make more tokens. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. We're not missing out on anything. Yeah, I quite like this as well. I think we have enough removal that we don't have to rely on pump spells anymore. There's like nothing here that we want. We've already got like sort of a rally effect. Okay, so I don't know if Selesnya was the right colours to be in. It's an artifact against indestructible. I don't know if this was the right colours to be in, but oh well, like I said, first draft, we did okay. A nice sort of Selesnya deck here. We see how we get on. So removal, I don't think we need to play Ally Evasion. I don't think we're going to be that hot on the energy theme that we need to play that. Servant is fine. Vehicle. I'm pretty happy with our removal situation. I mean, we're not sideboarding. It doesn't matter. Oh, some of the sound effects. Okay, so deck building time. So how we were cutting as it was. Let's have a look. I think the Scry 1 on this is kind of what makes this card playable. We also have more removal here. I don't know how much we want this, but it can kind of allow us to just close the game. If we can get some chip damage in early, we don't have any 1-drops, which is a little bit disappointing. We passed up on one of the green 1-drops that if you have Revolt, it enters with a counter. Yeah, we need to cut 1 card. Maybe we're cutting Prison. It's a way to trigger Revolt. How many Revolt things do we have? Okay, so we only have 1 Revolt payoff with Rallier. So I think we're going to cut the Prison. If we were splashing a color or we had more Revolt payoffs, I could see doing it. So the deck's a little bit over the place. I mean, like, it's solid. It's okay, I would say. The problem is we want to get in early damage, but we don't have that many low drops. I tell you what, though, I think I am happy that we went with the Long Tusk Cub instead of... What should we go with? Instead of the Kari Zeb at the beginning. I much prefer SELESNYA over... I guess vehicles could have been really fun. We didn't see a lot of vehicles, though. Over Boros, though. We're going to see how we get on, just customizing our lands. Alright, let's see how we get on in the first game. Okay, so our opponent is going first. Yeah, this hand looks fine. Really good 2-drop. This is hopefully going to stall up the board a little bit and let our Fabrication Module do its thing. A little bit of removal. Yeah, I like this. So like I said, I didn't actually play much Kaladesh when it was drafting originally. Okay, so this gets to do a similar thing than what we want to do. I didn't play much Kaladesh when it first came around. I'm relatively new to Magic compared to a lot of people. So this isn't doing anything. I started playing Magic at Ixalan, like a week before Ixalan. Okay, interesting. I think this is just the turn we want to get our Fabrication Module down. And then we can sort of curve out. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have an answer to it. I expect there to be more people main decking Artifact Hate, since this is an artifact set. So our opponent's winning the race at the moment. Let's see what they are up to. Nothing. They left up all their mana. I think we just want to maybe play bird and put a counter on it, and then hold up impeccable timing, so we don't just tap out here and get our thing removed. We don't just get our thing answered, countered. So we'll do this, and we'll also put the counter on the bird so it can block the plunder. Oh, I don't know if our opponent should have done that. Like fatal push though, like you can't be too disappointed because now we get to put the counter on here. I think they should have waited for us to put the counter on that. And I think I am just going to answer this plunderer. Just take our opponent's pressure away. It forces them to commit something else to the board. We can maybe follow up Warden. Okay, so we could just play this and then put a counter. Do we like that? Equally, we could attack, and if they trade, play this. And then get the snake back. We'll get the bird back, actually. Yeah, let's see if that works. Okay, our opponent's not going to trade there. So that means we're just going to... Yeah, let's commit more to the board. We'd rather them to trade with our 2-drop. So we can pay 3 energy, and one creature blocks. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Okay, so our energy is represented just by a little face down here. Okay, so do we want to play something first? I don't think so, since we'd like to trigger Revolt if possible. So they're going to tap something down here. Tap down the 4 power creature. Yep. I don't know what I think of this. This is very overcosted. So nothing left the battlefield this turn. So we probably don't want to trigger Revolt. I wonder whether we just want to gain an energy and put a counter. That feels very bad. Let's take this Wasp. Let's take the Hornet. I think that's fine. Hopefully our opponent holds up an instant speed removal spell to answer something in our turn. Oh! So it kills one of our things. They haven't got any energy at the moment. Wow. Okay, fortunately we have removal spells for days. So we're just going to smack our opponent down here. And hope to climb across the finish line. Our opponent has a good list, though. Okay, I think we have a plan. So our opponent probably taps us down now. Okay, I don't. Yeah. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to trigger Revolt this turn, but I kind of... Yeah, maybe I should have put it on the Warden, but I don't want our opponent to trade with the Warden anyway. Oh, no. I wanted to trigger Revolt for the Rallier. Okay, that's not that bad. Is this... Whenever any creature dies... You can pay 5. Put target creature card onto the battlefield. From a graveyard. Any graveyard. That is going to take over the game quite quickly. We didn't have the best removal spell to it. Wait, how much energy have we got? So we would attack. They would tap down. This would be... Well, can we set up to win next turn? I think we can set up to win next turn, can't we? Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Let's put it on here. If our opponent stalls out the board, we can end up just putting counters on all of our stuff. So next turn we could pay a load of energy to make all of... Does it... It's just blocks, actually. Or maybe I dramatically underestimated the power of this card. Okay, so this is like a 4-mana draw 2. Suddenly I'm not feeling so good about our position. Okay, so our opponent has 1 unknown card in hand. They can sacrifice this to draw another card. I'm really scared of this demon. I think if we draw our other removal spell, we will just use it again. What do we do here? Do we just, like... We could just put this on the squad. They tap down this. We can attack with everyone. They block the Servant of the Conduit. They block the Servant of the Conduit. It's not even great blocks, is it? We just keep playing out our creatures here. Trying to make all of our creatures sort of big enough to attack past here. So our opponent taps down. They kind of have to tap something down. Yep, which means they're not being able to activate the pendulum each turn. We've got quite a bit of energy, but not a lot of ways to spend the energy. We'd love a Long Tusk Cub right now. Okay, that's a way our opponent can get in damage. Okay, does 6 land do anything for us? I think it does, actually. So we can take a creature out of combat, attack, and activate Module with the Servant. So if we take a creature out of combat, we lose our 5/4. We attack with everyone. They block there, block there. They're not taking enough damage. Unfortunately, 2/2/3. They can't actually trade with many of our creatures, though. We might trigger Revolt, but they'll get to put a creature back into play from anywhere. We're in a really tough spot. We should have probably taken out the flyer, actually, but if our opponent wants to get a bit hasty attacking with this flyer, I think we're okay. I wonder if they tap down the Vigilance here. No. So I think I'm happy to trade for a load of creatures here. Yes. So opponent's going to be able to throw 2 of their creatures away if they want to get a creature back. So we get to trade here either way. And putting a counter on this won't matter. So we should just let this happen. So our opponent's going to get to reanimate one thing. We also, a permanent left the battlefield this turn, so I think we are actually going to... Yeah, we're going to go for the Revolt, since we haven't had a better time to really use this. So we'll use it now. And I think we'll get back the flyer. And give something else flying. Oh, I guess they... No, they can reanimate. Okay, yeah, big mistake on our part. They can get it back. And it also gives them a bit more energy. Oh, that was a massive misplay. Oh, okay. Fortunately, our opponent doesn't have enough energy to activate it again. Oh, they do. It's 4. Oh, no. Oh, okay. This is something I'm going to have to learn. I knew that was a thing. That was why I didn't hold on. That's why I held on to it, I think. Oh, well. Let's do the best we can. And Blossoming Defense is quite good. I think I'm just looking at a full swing here. Yeah, let's go for a full swing. We'll see. Our opponent has 2 blockers. So we can put a +1/+1 counter on something and Blossoming Defense something. I think we have enough. And our opponent didn't tap something down, so... Go for it, opponent. What have you got? So we made some mistakes, and I think this game definitely could have been played better. But if we win, does it matter? We got there in the end. But this Blossoming Defense is basically going to represent an extra 2 damage coming through. So our opponent's taking 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment. They're taking 6, 7 even. Yep. Yes! Pulling it through. Let's see how we get on in the next one. Okay, so we get to go first this time, and this hand looks really reasonable. We get a Hawk to do at the very least, and then if we draw land, we have, what, triple removal spell, and then an Apron Inspector to follow it up. I think I like it. I don't know what I think of the Warden. Maybe if you can use the Dwarf synergy a bit more, it makes it a bit better. Feels reasonable. If your opponent can't answer it, it forces a removal spell off of them. So I think we just want to draw lands. Our opponent's being very nice. Hello, opponent. So yeah, it can force a removal spell. The problem is there's a lot of ETB creatures, which I don't think the Warden actually wants to target too much. Okay, so our opponent's on red. Okay, so we don't want to start with that. We don't want to... We got something to do next turn, I guess. Two free flyers, pretty good. Happy with that. Happy with the land draw as well. So opponent just going to answer the Hawk here. I feel really sad if they did. Yeah, I don't rate this that highly as well. I think we didn't really have any better picks at the time. It's not going to get to attack very often. No, I don't know what I think of that as well. We can't do anything here. We have removal spells for days, though. We're going to hope that we can get across the finish line with our bits and bobs here. So this is going to generate an energy each turn. Hopefully our opponent can... Well, hopefully they can't, but I bet they're hoping they can put it to use. So we don't want to see our opponent killing our things at this point. We want to see them playing out their own threats. Maybe they play something big that we can just Sky Whaler's Shot. So we can get a scry and maybe find the land. If it's a creature about an ETB, I might be inclined to use Warden instead. Opponent's just deciding what they'd like to do. The set obviously being brand new. People, it takes a bit longer. Like we saw, I made some misplays last game, not reading my cards properly. This is my first time drafting this set ever. I'm quite excited to do so. Okay. We are off to the races. So if my opponent puts a counter on this, yeah, I'm probably just going to shot here to see if we can draw land. I don't think we need more removal at this point. Land it is. So let's go to combat. We shall decline. And then we just hope our opponent just keeps trying to play out threats here. So the Hawk had, like when we drafted the Hawk originally, we said it would have some synergy with the Inspector, that it could help get them in for damage. We might see that come into play here, but we also have loads of removal spells. So we might just save all of our energy for the Inspector. So this card looks really good. Like, it kind of feels good on paper, but the fact it can't hit creatures is really unfortunate. Sure. It can't hit creatures, and it's very slow to get going. I think we're just going to contribute more to the board. We're playing around like Fumigate at this point. Maybe Fumigate. If we get Fumigated, like, fair play. Target an attacking creature. So we have to target one, but we shall decline. But we shall take an action to get an extra 1/1. So this gives us exactly lethal on our next turn. And if we draw land, we have double removal spell. If not, we have a single one. Please don't Fumigate us. This is me talking like Fumigate's in the set. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, feeling pretty good about that play. And also, I don't think our opponent would have Fumigate in the deck that they're playing in. It looked like a Boros aggro list. Okay, game 3 on the draw. This hand would be excellent if we had a forest in it. Even if all of these are forests, because the Servant could have pulled its weight, because we even have Fabrication Module in our hand. But we just can't do anything. I'm going to have to mulligan this away. This hand looks a bit better. I think we're going to keep this and put one of these vehicles on the bottom. That feels disappointing. This hand's pretty good anyway, so not too upset. I'm going to play our Long Tusk Cub out. Okay, so let's just attack. We shall get our energy. I think we're just going to play our vehicle. Yes, yes, opponent. So I think we have a really good turn coming up here. So this gets energy equal to the... Oh, we didn't draw a land anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So I guess it's Blossoming Defense to push through this. Or we could just tap and crew. I like tap crew, play Fabrication Module. So our opponent's definitely going to trade that, aren't they? To attackers, yeah. I don't know what happened there. We get to untap that. So we really want to draw a land here. Land would have been really good that turn. We could have played this out, got a load of energy, made the Long Tusk Cub really big, and then crewed as well. Okay. Some big energy production. Land? Land. Okay, so they can pay a single energy, so this essentially can be a 4-1 this turn. And we can only make the Long Tusk Cub a 4-4. I think we're just playing this out. Put a counter on the Inspector probably. Build it up slowly. I guess we could force a trade on the vehicle as well. Do we mind trading the Long Tusk Cub? We'd have, what, 5 energy available? So we can make it a 4-4. Yeah, I don't think I mind that. The fact our opponent's holding priority makes me think differently now. Yeah, let's put a counter on here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna push damage through. Let's see. We'll see how poorly this goes for us. And we'll see if we need to spend the energy. It's a shame because if we had top decked another land the turn before, if we hit our land drops, we could have had a blossoming defense up now, which I think would have been really good. So with this current block, we're just gonna let this happen. Yeah, I think that's fine. So again, really hoping we draw land this turn. Okay. Opponent's going to make it, what, a 4-4? No. 4-4 could have blocked our vehicle. Opponent does not want that, though. Land is really good here. So, we can trigger these, can't we? Let's go gameplay. Auto trigger abilities. We don't want them. So we want to put a counter on something before. So we want to put a counter, I guess here? Oh, wait. Oh, it just... I don't know. Oh, it's whenever you gain energy, isn't it? So yeah, this will gain the energy first, of course. So we're going to tap, and we're just going to attack with everything here. See what happens. Since we have a blossoming defense at the ready. Let's untap this. I don't think the 1-1's going to be as good as putting a counter on the Long Tusk Cub. We'll see how this goes. Our opponent might have a trick that we can blow up with Blossoming Defense. Okay, so this is just a bounce off, I take it, the Shipwreck. Oh. Yeah, we're going to choose to kill that first. I think I'm happy to use this now. If our opponent has a trick, fair enough. 1 mana Blossoming Defense, Hexproof, and +2/+2. Pretty good. I like it. I like our position now. So with the energy from the Aether Inspector. Oh. Wow, that's quite good. 5 mana, 5/5. Put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Oh, nice. I like it. So this can now get a bit bigger. So -2. No, it can still get the same, can't it? So it'll go down to a 4, then to a 2. So it can go up to a 5/1. A 5/1 it is. So there's actually no reason to play the Inspector at the moment, I don't think, since we can just activate Fabrication Module. I guess this lets us get in an extra attack. So we're going to put a counter here so we can attack in safely with the Inspector. Let's crew. Are we crewing? So if we attack with everyone, I think we have some really good attacks, actually. We could attack with just Inspector, because if we attack with the other two, our opponent can just stonewall them. So we just attack with Longtusk Cub and Inspector. And we're not paying for Inspector's cost. Decline. So our opponent can choose to chump block the Longtusk Cub if they would like. They're not. They're gonna double block it. What do we want to kill? So we can only kill one of them. I think we are going to block like so. And we'll just pay once. So our opponent's taking a hefty 5. Yes, nice opponent. Nice. Unfortunately, well, I guess it's a 1-for-1 here, isn't it? But our opponent also takes 5 in the meantime. So now, if we top deck lands, we have the Fabrication Module. So at the very least, we get an energy each turn and a +1/+1 counter. Wow. And this cannot be blocked. I don't think our opponent's in any position to start attacking. So we can get this Longtusk Cub back. So what are we looking at here? We could attack with... If we attack with everyone, our opponent's sort of forced to chump the Aether Inspector. Is that right? They're sort of forced to chump it. If they double block it, they'll be taking... Are we taking 3, 4, 5? We could make it 6, actually. No, if they double block it, they can block one other thing. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think we crew. I think we're just going to full attack here. We shall untap the vehicle. Well, we can't untap the vehicle. I don't know. Pseudo vigilance is fine. I think now it's okay to make a few 1/1s. So let's see how our opponent blocks first. So they are going to double block. And I think we do want to kill the Sea Serpent since that can be unblockable. So at the moment our opponent's taking 3. So we can make that 4, but I think we're just going to activate this. Gain an energy. Put a +1/+1 counter here. and trade. So unfortunately we don't get to play the Relegade Rallier. Don't know why opponent's pumping there. They kill it anyway? No, they don't. Okay, fair enough. That'd be why then. So we can't cast our Renegade Rallier. But we're in an okay position before our opponent casts another Serpent. So we probably should have played land last turn, and then we could have done Rallier as well as Fabrication Module here. So getting back a Long Tusk Cub doesn't actually do that much at the moment. What are we doing? Just passing? Maybe just attacking with our 1/1? And then we can play this, get back Long Tusk Cub. We add more power to the board this way. We can maybe go round our opponent. Our opponent's probably thinking this is a super weird attack. Unless they've just worked out that we have Revolt available. So yeah, we'll leave it there. And now we're just in a position where we're activating Fabrication Module each turn. We have something to do. Our opponent's probably just going to create 1/1s here. Nope. I would assume they would be trying to... Okay, they have more. Okay, we need to close the game real quick. Opponent's attacking for 5. Well, we can... I guess we can crew our Long Tusk Cub to the vehicle and then double block. And then they just get to kill either the vehicle or the Inspector, and we get to trade with their 5/5. That seems okay. Watch our opponent have like a combat trick here. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're also playing around a bit. Let's see. I don't mind trading our vehicle for that there. So I think we're just passing and putting counters. Hopefully our opponent can't attack here. We're just going to start beefing the team. I mean, this is, what, 6 mana to activate? So our opponent can attack. Oh, they're going to attack. Okay. I think this might be too early for them. I'm not sure. Okay, so they're attacking. If we're full swinging back, we're going to have 4 energy, which means we can move the Long Tusk Cub up to a 4/4. We could put 2 counters on this. And then if we attack with everyone, this is going to be a 3/4, a 4/4, a 4/3, and a 2/3. Either way, I don't think we're blocking this. We'll see what we draw. We might draw something more relevant. I think we're putting on the Inspector, actually. Since it has Vigilance. Wait. No, this is not gonna be lethal. I think we're full attacking here. And then we can Sky Shot on the way back. So we get to put a counter on something here and make our Long Tusk Cub up to a 4/4. So let's see how good our opponent is at navigating combat. So if our opponent wants to pump this up, they'd have to pump it twice, which would mean we'd trade anyway. This is going to trade. This doesn't have trample. I guess we're just putting it here. Put a stop in our opponent's upkeep. So opponent gonna just bounce off here, or are they gonna trade him off? We could also Sky Whaler shot it. No, our opponent's just gonna allow it to bounce. So if we kill this, I think our opponent's just dead, aren't they? Yep, land to the bottom. Okay, I like our position now. Our opponent is in serious chump block mode. Yeah, even with a blocker. Oh, nice. Okay, so we are going first. This hand needs a few lands, but if we draw lands, this hand is good. We have removal spells, our win con. I think we're currently 3-0. 3-0, so we can afford a loss to Mana Screw, but looks like not today. I think it just feels good to play Fabrication Module here so we can get it going. And when this Long Tusk Cub does combat damage, we're going to get an extra counter on it. Oh, the synergy. Yes. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, opponent. Are you playing this in the hopes of drawing a land next turn? I think we're making a 1/1. No, we'll put a counter on it. Oh, my apologies. I put a counter on it, so next turn we can pump it up even more. I think we are going to pump here as well. Just get through as much damage. Oh, what the sneezes. Yeah, so we're going to put it here. We can now block this Drake and attack past it. Yeah, we were off to the races there. That was some strong synergy. Okay, with double impeccable timing and a Fabrication Module, I think we're going to keep this. Both of our colours. Early Cobra. This isn't the best hand, but I don't want to mulligan if we don't have to. It's nice we get to go Fabrication Module into Inspector. I'm going to make a counter for this Cobra. Yes. It's going to play a Fabrication Module. We'll take a bit of damage here. This is going to be quite nice. Oh, do we just trade here? I don't think so. If our opponent has anything... The reason they're attacking with the Glint Sleeve is because they have something better. Oh! Gonti! So not as good as in limited, but Gonti, yeah, definitely still very good. So for anyone who hasn't played a standard format with Gonti in it, when Gonti ETBs, he gets to look at the top 4 cards of an opponent's library, and then you get to exile one of them cards, and you get to cast it for as long as it remains exiled. So yes. I think I prefer just playing Hawk and holding up an impeccable timing here. And they're quite likely to answer the Hawk. But if we put the counter on the Hawk, I guess they're not likely to answer the Hawk. It's only a 1/2 flyer. If we put it on there, it can block the Glint Sleeve Arsonist. Arson. Artisan. We'll get there. So I really want to see what our opponent got. They're a card up on us at the moment. Okay, like we can live with that. Depends how well our opponent can put this energy to play. So we must block this turn, but it doesn't matter what we block. Yeah, we shall just impeccable timing that. Really happy we left up impeccable timing now. I think we're getting quite frisky since we can't block. We should have played land so we could hold up the yeah, take action. So we could hold up Death Touch, but oh well. I'm definitely not on the best form. Okay, I wonder if we just repeat now. I guess we can just attack and put a counter on it. I mean, we have double removal spell available, so I think we're just happy to attack. So, yeah, let's give the... Are we giving the Cobra flying? I think so, so it can't trade. And then I think we are going to make a 1/1. We don't need the energy particularly at the moment. And Fabrication Module can help us make more. Okay, so I guess we want an impeccable timing here. And shot. So let's impeccable timing this. We don't get through as much damage, but this blows our opponent out. Yep, I don't mind that. We used up all of our removal, but our opponent has quite the board state to contend with. This is crew 1, yep. Nice. So I think we're just attacking. I'm not going to attack the Cobra this turn because I'd have to put the counter. Do we care about the counter? I guess we could put the counter on the Cobra now on attack, and then they'd have to trace both trade. Nah, let's just take it a bit slower. Yeah, I'd rather put the counter on the Fabrication Module after they block, just to give them less information. So they're going to crew here. I'm not sure where they're blocking though. Oh, the servo token. No? Yeah, I'm happy. A Fabrication Module. Yeah, Fabrication Module was just pulling its weight. I'm surprised our opponent blocked there. They knew we had Fabrication Module available to us. Okay, we get to go first this time, and I think this hand looks really good. We're going to get to curve a Servant into an Inspector. So hopefully that's enough. I mean, turn 3 Inspector, there are stronger plays to be made. Yes, our opponent's going to make a big boy. Ooh. Yep, opponent's going to clog up the ground quite well. Looks like we're going to have to take to the skies. What we would want here is a Fabrication Module. Break this open. Yeah, our opponent's stalling the board quite well. So not splashing, they're just playing a bit of ramp. Impeccable timing. We're going to have to 2-for-1 ourselves to get past this creature still. None of these have reach, do they? No. Okay, so that's it. That's what we got. Now we got to see what our opponent's got. And they got some goodies. They got a 6-mana 4/4 flyer, which is going to eat ours for breakfast. I don't like our position very much. So we could trade our Admiral for their flyer, but it's not going to get us anywhere. And all of our other stuff just dies when it attacks in. I guess we could attack them Inspector and then just trade. We don't have any way to spend our energy at the moment, so we'll make a token, but it doesn't we're not getting anywhere by just our opponent has more cards than us, so we have to 2-for-1 ourselves here, unfortunately. I guess what we so many mistakes. What we could have done is just force the creature to block the Cobra. Yeah, that would have been so much better. Spend our energy to force them to block the Cobra. Yeah. And then giving it Death Touch. So if we get 6 energy, we can actually kill 2 creatures. Making so many mistakes. So we get to attack back here. So if our opponent holds the flyer back here, which I don't think they're going to do, we'll kill it with the Cobra. So they're confident they're going to win this race, otherwise they wouldn't keep attacking. I guess the fact they get to pump means they're probably going to win this race. Yeah, we made a mistake, cost the game. We should have, on the last turn, when we impeccable timinged their Seed Sculptor, we should have attacked with the Cobra, spent our energy to force the flyer to block, I guess. This doesn't have trample, does it? No. So we're holding back to block here. May as well make a 1/1. Yeah, we could have killed the flyer. The board would have been stalled, but do you know what I mean? We would have topped out the Pioneer eventually. Maybe start getting more damage in the air. As it goes, though, we're going to have to 2-for-1 ourselves again. And if our opponent has any form of interaction here, we are pretty much dead. Unless we top deck one of our removal spells. Nope, Fabrication Module. So our opponent can just hang back now. I guess they can't actually hang back. They have to attack. Nope. So we all go with the play we should have made a while ago. And trade these off. And then if our opponent makes any plays with the Fabrication Module earlier, then we can get rid of it. So if we win this game, we probably don't deserve to. So, and I think since our opponent's only got one card in hand, we're gonna just play this out now. Take that Rhino away. I guess this is to tax as a 3/4. Yeah, we'll take the Rhino. If it ETBs again, I guess it gets 2 more energy, but that's fine. So as of next turn, we'll probably just swing in. Looks like our opponent is flooding a bit as well. Okay, so they got a load of energy, but nothing to spend it on so far. We're attacking for 5 each turn though, so they are on a 3-turn clock. They need to be relatively hasty with what they're doing. They can't just really attack though, because they're going to die on the crackback. Fabrication Module is so good. Do they want to be pumping the same creature? It doesn't have trample. It can already kill all of our things. We can just block with one of our servos if it decides to attack. So our opponent's not really in a position where they can start attacking. Or maybe they feel they are. So what if our opponent gives it trample? But they would have had to have drawn that this turn. Yeah, go on. If you got a way to give it trample, I'm all ears. Nope. So they can make this into a 2/3 or a 3/2. So 2/3 or 3/2. So I think we're happy to trigger Revolt here. Get back our snake. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Warden actually. Every time we've played it, it's felt really good. Oh! Okay, so our opponent triggered Revolt anyway, so we didn't need to attack, but oh well. What our opponent had? What is this? So 3 damage to target creature and 2 damage to, so it shocks your opponent and lightning strikes a creature. Yeah, they want to be pumping up the different creatures here now that we've got the Death Toucher back. Okay, so we managed to slide through, though I don't think we deserved that victory very much. We made quite a few mistakes in that game. Okay, we are going first, and I think we're currently 6-0. This has been quite a clean sweep so far, but this is the final game if we win it. And I think this hand is, yeah, great again. We're going to go Servant into Fabrication Module. It's not even clear whether we should hold off on the Servant. Should we hold off on Servant? I don't know, actually. I don't think so. I don't want to be too slow. Just for an extra +1/+1 counter, we're going to have to take a turn off. With our opponent on mountain as well, I think, yeah. We can also just start activating Fabrication Module if we have nothing else to do. Yeah, so we're going to activate this, and we have Blossoming Defense up as well. And we'll probably just take this 2 damage if our opponent attacks in. I don't know. We'll see. What are they doing? They're making a token? They are. Yeah, we'll take 2. Since once this gets a counter on it, or once we get a free power creature, it'll be fine. And Warden's pretty good here as well. So what, we can play Warden, just attack? I don't really even want to play Warden. I think I like just pass the turn. So we pass the turn, our opponent can't attack. They're just going to activate map here, yeah. Our opponent can't attack because we can activate the Fabrication Module, and if they have any other shenanigans on top of that, we get to Blossoming Defense. So we're putting our opponent in a position where they have to make a move now. And we have answers for what our opponent has going. And if for some reason they can answer the Servant, we have the Rallier to potentially get it back. Okay, so our opponent did this in their turn. Maybe they have Revolt here. Yes, they do. Nice. I like it. So probably not going to see our opponent attack here. Map's a really good way of triggering a Revolt. So if our opponent doesn't attack, we're probably just going to Sky Whaler Shot. Or maybe we just put a counter. Yeah, let's just put a counter, and then we shall Warden. And if our opponent decides to double block here, I'm happy to use the... No, I'm not happy to use the Blossoming Defense. Because this is essentially just a 2-drop still. If they trade both of them, they got the same value. Nice. I like it. So, since this has no activated ability or anything, we're going to use this now and save the shot for something else. Yeah, and we'll just pass again. I guess we have to break the board stall eventually. If our opponent wants to trade, we'll Blossoming Defense. I'm not particularly happy with it, but we'll do what we have to do. Okay, so they took it. So that tells us something about our opponent's state of mind now, that they don't want to trade these off. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. It means our opponent can't attack this turn. So what are we doing here? Just attacking again? Just repeat? But this time we get to either kill something with Sky Whaler Shot or activate Fabrication Module. God, the amount of times I've said Fabrication Module. Okay, so that looks like a Sky Whaler Shot target if I've ever seen one. It's nice that this has the clause that it can't crew vehicles. Otherwise, removal spells like this would be awful. So I'm going to start beefing up our creatures sort of together. I'm going to prioritize putting them on the Servant, but I'm going to pump this up a little bit. So we've got to hold up shot. So we're probably just attacking and passing. If our opponent decides to crew, we shall shoot. So go full control. I don't know how quickly we have to do this, but we shall do this before. Land. So we do want lands, but not enough, I think, to keep that on top. We're doing well at temporing our opponent here. They're doing something, one big thing each turn, and we seem to be answering that quite well. We're out of removal now, though, so... I like it. I don't remember this card. I'm going to take 2. I don't know what our opponent has here. We're going to keep swinging and see what we can do, though. Do we just want to play the Rallier out? Not yet. Since if our opponent wants to pull the same stunt they pulled last turn, I'm more than happy to throw the vehicle in the way now. Yeah, they've got a combat trick or something, but we'll see what you got. And I'm gonna block here instead. Oh, okay, here we go. Sure. I think I'm happy to trade all of these for the vehicle. And since we just top decked another one, I guess I'm even more willing to do that. And I think we can get a little bit more frisky now. And I think we're just going to play out the Rallier. I'm not worried about getting the Revolt trigger. I think a 3 mana 3/2 is fine in this situation. And hopefully this is enough to bring home the final victory. Oh! Yes! Okay, so I think that was 6-0, 7-0. We shall see. Did we manage to bring it home? And we did. We got a 7-0 victory. I'm actually really shocked. For our first Kaladesh draft, we managed to 7-0, and it didn't actually feel particularly difficult. I don't know about maybe you guys watching. I got some lucky wins and that. There were definitely some wins. We had one game, we had some lucky wins, but there was some synergy games where we played like the Long Tusk Cub on turn 2 into Fabrication Module, gain the energy, put the counter on, and then next turn we went into Inspector to do it all again. And no, what was it? It was Bird or something. We gained more energy, and it was just absolutely mental. So I don't know how powerful this deck is generally in Kaladesh, because this is, like I said, my first draft that I've done so far in the set. I literally turned on Arena today with the intention of doing another Zendikar Rising draft, and I saw this was out, so I was like, okay, I did not know that, so let's just jump in and try one. But yeah, I think it went really well. Like I said, I don't think the deck's particularly strong, but we got really lucky and ended up having tons of removal. But obviously, as the coming weeks and months go, the format's going to change quite a lot, and people are going to work out what's good and what's bad, and never know. Maybe Selesnya Energy is one of the best decks in the format. It definitely felt particularly strong, but we didn't have that many payoffs. We had like Hawk and Servant of the Conduit and Long Tusk Cub, which was all good. We never actually got to see the Revolutionary in action It's not that strong, but it would have been nice to have seen it pop up every now and again. But Fabrication Module was just... I think I would pick one Fabrication Module. That's how strong I think it is. It works by itself. The games where we didn't have additional creatures or things to gain us energy, it didn't feel as strong, but it still felt really good. Maybe if you've got no energy payoffs in your deck, you'd cut Fabrication Module if you were desperate to make a cut, but I think this goes in most decks. It just synergizes by itself. Later on in the game, just 4 mana to gain an energy, which obviously, if you don't have any synergy, it means nothing, but essentially 4 mana to put +1/+1 counter on something. And if you have any sort of synergies where you're just playing like servants or other bits that get you energy, it's just, yeah, it felt really, really strong. But I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. If you did, please consider dropping the channel a like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot. And cheers for hanging out anyway, even if you can't be asked. Just it was fun for you to have a look at it, I guess. Maybe you guys enjoyed the lists. And we definitely made some stakes throughout. But yeah, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you later.